But it goes on to give you a lot of dietary suggestions and ideas. Natural sweeteners like xylitol that isn't sugar, looks like sugar, tastes like sugar, and it remineralizes your teeth. Xylitol, a sweetener made from corn cobs that has no sugar in it, safe for diabetics, and it's a safe sweetener, safest sweetener. Well, and stevia leaf and stevia green powder, those are all listed there. Lots of information on that infertility report on herbalhealthreview.com. That's it. That's the infertility report. Let's get back over here and get back into the room and say hello to everybody, because unless we've got some other topic following fibroids, and I don't see Sister Kshakia here today. I don't know what happened. Don't know where she is, but she's always in our prayers. We know that. So, okay, now let's talk about fibroids. And if somebody has the next topic we should talk about, or a question or a comment, I'm opening up the mics right now. All you have to do, if you want to talk about the next thing you want me to talk about, or the research about, all you have to do is press your star key 2 times. Press your star key 2 times. Ask your...
Arthritis.
Go ahead. Arthritis?
Yes.
Arthritis is going to be the next topic after fibroids. Thank you for giving us a topic. And anytime anybody has a testimony, let people know how you're doing if you're improving, because we want to know that, because that's what this is all about, is to make sure you're getting comforted, and we care. So if you've got a testimony, let us know.
Dr. Burst.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, my name's Terrence. I was listening to you, and I wanted to find out about also allergies.
Allergies. Okay,
I get up in the morning, and I go through a ritual of sneezing and my nose running.
Okay. All right. We got 2 topics in 1 hour. All right, let's see if I can go through 2 topics in 1 hour. First, we're going to talk about fibroids. Then we're going to talk about allergies. And those are really...
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. And now let's go and get into the topic, fibroids. So I'm back over here on Herbal Health.
Again, I said, Doctor, I said arthritis as well.
Arthritis.
Fibroids is arthritis.
Oh, okay. Arthritis. Oh, my goodness. Arthritis. We got fibroids, arthritis, and allergies. Okay, we're going to be able to do that in 1 hour, so I got to get going.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And I'm back over here. I'm making sure the mics are closed so there's no echo. And thank you all for joining us here on Discoveries in Health, where we share information, where we show people we actually care, that they're suffering, and that we want them to be comforted, for the glory and for the victory of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, in the name of Ahia, Ashar, Ahia, so be it. Thank you, Heavenly Father. Now, let's get over there to the report. And I'm over here. I'm on herbalhealthreview.com. And I'm pulling up another report. I'm putting it in screen capture so that you can see a live audio video of what I'm looking at, what I'm talking about next week, because our wonderful and talented genius, Gary, Virtue the Billionaire, is our computer tech, and every week he is so wonderful, puts up does all this work, does all this computer stuff for us, and couldn't do it without him. So anyway, kudos for Gary, the computer guy, who does all the work behind the scenes. We have to give credit to the people that do all the hard work, and Gary is one of those people. Thank you, Gary. Oh, and Brittany over there at betterhealthherbs.com, who makes all these products and has blessed me with 5 great grandchildren, all little girls, and I love them all, and they love their great grandpa. and we visit all the time. So anyway, all these people are the people behind the scenes. Brittany is behind the scenes making the product. Gary's behind the scenes keeping everything glued together with computers and all kinds of wonderful things. We just finished the new business plan to try to survive over there at betterhealthherbs.com with a expansion and change of operation kind of thing. So anyway, we just finished that business plan. He did, and it's a wonderful business plan. Anyway, back over here. I'm back. I'm over here. I'm on common conditions on the Herbal Health Review, cruising down. Fibroids was next. Arthritis was after that. Allergies is after that. Fibroids, I'm on my way. Fibroids. And all about how to get rid of fibroids. Here it is, bringing up that report. And every one of the products that I'm looking at, if you click on it, it takes you over to where you can see the product. These reports are live reports. So first thing it's talking about fibroids. Well, fibroids are a tumor. And a tumor is a swelling or an abnormal growth of tissues having no useful function in the body. And these fibroid tumors may either be benign or malignant. Okay? Cancerous or non-cancerous. Benign is non-cancerous. Malignant, it's cancerous. Benign tumors are isolated growths that can occur anywhere in the body. They generally do not spread to other parts of the body and usually do not return after being surgically removed. And although benign tumors are generally limited in growth, they usually should be removed. A small percentage of these, sounds like we have an open mic, and I've got to go back out of this for a moment and close the microphone. I need to close the microphone. And where is that microphone that's open? Oh, I hear it. Interesting. I don't know why. I got an open mic. Did that do it? No. Okay, that didn't do it. Okay. I got an open mic somewhere, and I'm getting some feedback, and I was just trying to close that and then continue. So please bear with me while I find that mic, and I don't find it. It's not there. So that's interesting. I don't know where the open mic is. Okay, maybe it's down here. Okay, I'm still trying to close that open mic. Hold on with me.
Hang on, Dr. Burns. I'm pretty sure it's me, and we were just involved in a car wreck. So I'll talk to you next week.
Okay. Yep, there it was. There's the open mic. Okay. All right. Okay. And thank you. Thank you. Okay. And thank you for joining us there, 352, area code 352. We are describing what to do about fibroids. And I'm going to go back to that now. We had an open mic, and I had to close it because otherwise you got all this noise coming through. And that's what happens. But if you do have a question or a comment, I welcome interruptions. I welcome them. And all you have to do is press your star key 2 times and make your comment or your suggestion or your question, and then we'll continue. But right now, we are continuing back to fibroids and talking about these benign tumors, fibroids, can occur anywhere in the body. They generally do not spread to other parts of the body, and usually they don't return after being surgically removed. Although benign tumors are generally limited in growth, they usually should be removed. A small percentage of these benign tumors later become malignant, cancerous. And fibroids are benign tumors that most often occur in the uterus. Hundreds of thousands of hysterectomies are performed every year due to the presence of fibroid tumors in the uterus. Unlike benign tumors, malignant tumors are cancerous and must be treated as early as possible. They tend to spread to other parts of the body and are likely to recur after surgical removal. They come back. So now you're not going to need every one of these products that I'm going to mention here. This only lets you know that this is the research, and these are the products that researchers are using. I'm not prescribing, I'm not diagnosing, I'm simply I'm sharing the research. And this report is created that you would have enough support to overcome fibroids, because that's what you do with these health issues. If one or two products does it for you, fantastic, because the purpose here is not to sell products. The purpose is to comfort people. And if it takes one or two products and you're done, fantastic. But if you needed 5 or 10 products because you got the worst case of whatever it is, then it's there. The help is there. I've done an overwhelming amount of research, and here's the research. So the first thing is, if there's cancer, there is a cancer protocol, and you'd go to breast and all cancers, and you'd read that, and you'd start taking some of the herbs and the nutrients listed in the breast and all cancers report so that you no longer had cancer, and we were able to deal with it in that way. So that's how you do that. But it's, some tumors have decreased in size, and others have actually disappeared, after victims changed their dietary program and supplemented their diets with herbs and vitamins and minerals. They just cleared up. The more you change the environment of cancer, the less likely it can survive. And if you remove if you're looking at that cancer protocol and you start doing step by step, taking all the sugars out of the diet that feed cancer, start taking a formula that is anti-cancer herbs and so forth that have been used historically and traditionally, all of that, the dietary changes, the supplements that follow, enhance the immune function, suppressing the growth of tumors, both benign and malignant. Either way, they're gonna clear. They clear up. They get better. They go away. And the raw fruits and vegetables should comprise 50% of the diet. Nuts and seeds and whole grains. It's called a whole food plant-based diet. And that whole food plant-based diet is completely listed under herbalhealthreview.com, herbalhealthreview.com, under common conditions, under make lifestyle changes. Gives you the perfect diet to always be healthy, and if you had any disease, you would clear up right away, kind of thing. That is how good that diet is. Now, one of the key things is an acid alkaline forming foods diet. And that acid alkaline chart is also listed here, because foods may be classified in relation to their metabolic processes as acid or alkaline. And the alkalis are soluble salts, and acids are corrosive agents, and your body works in balance with them. And what's happened when there is disease is the acid, the corrosive agents, have taken over. And you need to go back and make sure, look at that acid alkaline food chart and choose alkaline forming foods. So now you're destroying the cancers. The cancers can't live if they don't get their carbs. Those cancers love their sugars, their fruits, and plenty of fake sugars. They love it and they thrive on it. And so you got to starve them out of it. And these corrosive agents, they have trouble combining with other things. A balanced diet contains 35% acid forming foods and 65% alkaline forming foods. So you look at that acid alkaline food chart. If there is a fibroid tumor, you would want to learn about the suppository that is listed in this report, where it says treating natural fibroids naturally. On herbalhealthreview.com, under fibroids, it has this report. And in this report, it talks about a suppository, and it tells you how to take the suppository, that is an internal suppository, and you cut cotton in pieces, 2 inches by 4 inches, 2 inches wide, 4 inches long, and you cut cotton strips, and you lay them on top of each other until you have a small pile about 1 inch high. And you tie a string tightly around the middle, and you leave one end about 10 inches long. And that string is loosely hanging out. Now you get something that the FDA has banned in America called a black salve. The black salve, you're not going to find it anywhere anymore. The only people I know that make the black salve, and they can't call it black salve anymore because the FDA don't like that name. And anything they don't like, if you do it, they will destroy you. No kidding. But there it is. It's black salve. And you take this black salve and some vegetable glycerin, and you mix 2 teaspoons of black salve and 2 teaspoons of glycerin in a cup or a small pan. And you use this mixture if needed and you soak the cotton in this mixture thoroughly and insert it into the vagina up to the cervix, leaving the long end of the string hanging out. You wear a heavy hot cotton cloth or sanitary napkin over the vaginal opening so that the mixture will not leak on your bed clothing. And you follow this procedure 5 nights weekly before bed and remove it each morning by pulling slightly on the string. This will draw out the infection and help shrink fibroid tumors and ovarian cysts or other growths that are in the uterus. Fibroid tumors are known to completely disappear in 1 month. They are and we're talking about fibroid tumor so large it blocked the colon and inhibited bowel movements that couldn't go to the bathroom. And 1 month it drew that huge fibroid tumor out. And it's done this many times with many people. Now, in the morning, after you've done this and you remove that, the suppository, you douche in the morning with an infusion. An infusion is where you pour a liquid over an herb. An infusion made with equal parts of golden seal and myrrh. And I got an open mic and I need to go close it. I'm sorry. Hold on. All right. And I'm looking at. And it's in. There we go. And I'm going to drink some of my kombucha mushroom, and we will continue. Give me a moment here while I drink some kombucha mushroom. I needed that. Now, we're talking about in the morning after removing the suppository. You're douching in the morning with an infusion. And that infusion is made from equal parts of golden seal and myrrh. So you can get some golden seal tincture and myrrh tincture. And you will have equal parts. And you're going to make a quart of tea just with water and this golden seal and myrrh tincture. About 1 teaspoon of each and a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar into a quart of water. This procedure is also good for chronic vaginitis and other vaginal and uterine infections. And then, you've removed the suppository, you've used the douche, you've created a douche of golden seal, myrrh, and apple cider vinegar, a teaspoon of each, and a quart of water. Now the next thing you're going to do is externally, you're going to put a castor oil pack. Castor oil. And you're going to create a castor oil pack by warming the castor oil and putting it in a natural fabric. And you're going to put that pack. Now you're going to it's not going to be runny. It's just going to be damp. And you're going to put that over the ovaries. And you're going to put that castor oil pack over the ovaries for 4 consecutive nights per week. And before applying the castor oil pack, you're going to rub in some poke root tincture over the ovary that is infected. Then you're going to put the castor oil pack over the poke root tincture that you have rubbed in to the over the ovary area. And that's it. And you're going to do that 4 nights per week. And that's it. And within about a month, no more fibroids, no more vaginal vaginitis, no more. That clears the problem. Now, there's other things you can do. You can get a colloidal silver water generator, and you can take some of that colloidal silver water, maybe drinking colloidal silver water day and night for 10 days. That will detox you from every virus, fungus, bacteria that's in your body, except the viruses that are hiding in the colloidal silver water can't get to it. However, so you're going to detox and get rid of funguses, viruses, bacteria, and you're going to keep some in a spray bottle. And anytime you have a cosmetic or something that you're putting on your skin, you spray the skin with colloidal silver water. That detoxes. That puts a layer of a barrier that is a natural antibiotic against funguses, bacteria, and viruses. And it's on your skin, and you spray that on your skin. Then you put your cosmetic on, and that makes your cosmetic work even better. Now, that's a colloidal silver water generator, and you get the generator because you don't want to buy the water. The water is $60 a quart. You get the generator, you make your own water in 10 minutes. And the generator's all ready to go, about the size of a deck of cards. And you can use this to get rid of colds, flus, viruses. It's beautiful. It's good against the sun. If you got a sunburn or any kind of burn, you spray it, and the burn goes away. And if you get an abscessed tooth, you hold some in your mouth, and the abscessed tooth clears up. Colloidal silver water is the safest natural antibiotic. Safely use it for 10 days, day and night, and then don't use it anymore until you absolutely need it for any kind of infection, cold, flu, virus, anything that's going on. Then you break out your generator, and in 10 minutes you make a quart. And every 10 minutes you make a quart of colloidal silver water that costs $60. You make it for 25 cents. 25 cents a quart every 10 minutes with this little box, and the little box is guaranteed for life. That's why you get a little colloidal silver water generator box, all put together, ready to go. And then every time you get done with the colloidal silver water, one of the things that you want to be taking every single day that you're not taking any kind of an antibiotic, whether it's a drug or whether it's an herb or whether it's colloidal silver water. And when you're not doing that, you always, every day, take acidophilus powder, which helps to detoxify and to rebuild a balanced intestinal flora. I laugh at myself. I just called flora Florida, folks. I'm laughing at myself. Anyway, flora, acidophilus powder is going to give you it's going to rebuild a balanced intestinal flora, and you're going to use a quarter to a half a teaspoon every day before food, 2 or 3 times a day for 2 or 3 weeks, and then after that, quarter of a teaspoon is all you need every day and every morning. And then you're taking the Intramax for the greatest multiple vitamin in the world. You're drinking a cup of daily health tea to clean your blood and boost your immune system. You're taking red clover blossom drops because it's one of the richest, wonderful things you can do, especially when there's fibroids. You're taking that milk thistle seed extract or powder because it's going to do all kinds of things that fight off all the things that cause fibroids. And you're going to be taking a formula called CF, which we used to call a cancer formula. Oh, but the FDA sure didn't like that. No, you can't call that a cancer formula. So we called it CF. They said, you can't call it CF. You can't call it this. You can't call it that. Change the name of that one about 20 times, and they still don't like it. So CF is a combination of herbs that the research is the historical and traditional use of those herbs are against cancer. Okay, I'm not saying that's going to cure cancer. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's what traditionally and historically, and there's a lot of them all combined together. So it's a powerful formulation of herbs that have a tradition and a history of defeating cancer. So I combined them all together and they work great. So that's called CF, number 1084. And then there's the report. Complete cancer report, so you know exactly what to do if there is cancer and how to defeat it. It's called Breast and All Cancer. It's on herbalhealthreview.com, and that's it. And then it talks about the acid alkaline forming foods. It talks about colostrum to build your immune system. It talks about Vital Zen enzymes, which is the ultimate multiple enzyme. It's expensive. I can't afford it. But it's $150 for a bottle, but and you go through it, but it eats up scar tissue. And if you've got scar tissue that's preventing you from moving your arms or your legs or and the scar tissue is a problem in your body, well, there's an enzyme. 2 to 4 capsules, 3 times a day. Vital Zen, that's what it's for. Well, I don't need that anymore. I used a couple of bottles of it. Now I don't even need it. And that's the thing. When you do enough, pretty soon you don't need these things. I don't need them anymore. I just have a great diet and take a lot of nutrients, and I'm healthy as a horse, a healthy horse. And then there's the nice bones, calcium and magnesium, taking a lot of vitamin C, fulvic acid, which is an ancient forest that all the minerals from an ancient forest all smashed down, all put together. That's what that is. That's the fulvic acid, a half a teaspoon of that. It goes on to talk about a formula for endometriosis, if that's a problem. If anemia is involved, there's an herbal liquid tincture extract for that. And all of these things are listed in fibroids under herbalhealthreview.com. And it gives you this complete report. And every time it's talking about an endometriosis formula or an anemia formula, you can click on it. It takes you over to where you can see the product, because on the herbalhealthreview.com, you can't buy anything. It has nothing for sale. It's not selling anything. It's just giving you information and research reports. And then it sends you over, if you click on endometriosis, anemia, or any of these products, black salve, any of them, it'll take you over to where you can buy it. But they can't tell you what it's good for. Welcome to America, freedom of speech, my hat. Evil people in charge. Anyway, cat's claw root. That's another herb that is good against fibroids. It's a rainforest herb, a Peruvian herb, and it's been used for that. And violet leaves, which is also in the cancer formula, and periwinkle, which is in the cancer formula, all used against fibroids. Olive leaf extract is an antiviral herb, and turmeric, again, for inflammation. And one of the greatest herbs when there's breast cancer is to know about turmeric. The 4 mushrooms, which are anti-tumor mushrooms, they really clean up the bloodstream and get things going. That's a mushroom called times 4, mushroom times 4, and mistletoe, and a gland rejuvenator, that colon and liver cleansing liquid. Oh, and here's something you haven't heard about yet today, MSM powder. MSM powder, that gives you all new cells because it takes those old cells in your body, every single cell in your body that is drying up, getting old, shriveling up, and dying. MSM stops that. It keeps that cell young, permeable. So as you age, you don't wrinkle up. As you age, you still got wonderful skin. As you age, you still feel good. You can work out. You're not sore. You're not stiff. MSM powder. Yeah, but it isn't the quarter of a teaspoon that you hear about elsewhere. No, the therapeutic dose to have really beautiful hair, skin, fingernails, and live cells in your body as you get old. It's 1 tablespoon 3 times a day, not all at the same time. 1 tablespoon 3 times a day of MSM powder, and it will change your skin, hair, fingernails. It will change your life. It's a powder. 1 tablespoon 3 times a day, MSM powder. What's its number? 4815. 4815. Then there's L-cysteine. L-cysteine, that's going to cause hair growth. Yes, it will improve your hair growth. An amino acid called L-cysteine. Cysteine. It's used for respiratory illness, immunity, cell, and hair growth. And it helps heal wounds. If you got a wound that needs to be healed, take L-cysteine. 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 And L-lysine, which will also get rid of herpes symptoms and so forth. 1,000 milligrams every day. If there's a breakout, 3,000 to 4,000 milligrams. Say goodbye to herpes episodes. Acetyl L-carnitine. That is a source of muscle energy, aids in fat metabolism, organ protection. Yeah, L-cysteine, 90 capsules, 500 milligrams each. Take 1 or 2 daily between meals. Acetyl L-carnitine will keep the heart strong and powerful. It is a source of energy for the muscle. The heart is a muscle. So acetyl L-carnitine is going to keep that heart strong. Then there's amino acids, a complete amino acid profile called amino 1500, and you take that as directed on the label, about two between meals, 2 or 3 times a day, and that gives you a powerhouse of energy from amino acids in between meals. The super green foods. That's going to give you for super energy. It's a powder. Put it in your power drinks. Put it on your food. That is an energizer. These things detoxify and strengthen the body, and the body overcomes whatever's wrong with it. That's how it works. There's the Truman's Fiber Special with bentonite clay that detoxifies you. There's B complex to strengthen your nervous system. Keep your urine yellow. That's what I said. Keep your urine yellow. If your urine isn't yellow, you don't have enough B complex, and your nervous system is not happy. That's right. So you take B complex. You take you're taking the Intramax morning and night, and then in the middle of the day, take a B complex and keep that urine yellow. That means you're feeding the nervous system, and you're going to have a strong nervous system. So there's B complex there. There's coenzyme Q10. I take 100 milligrams every day. That oxygenates the blood, oxygenates the tissues, helps the heart. So that's keeps a healthy heart. And then there's there's super minerals, but you don't need the super minerals if you've got the Intramax, because it contains all the minerals you need. And But if you're not taking, if you want extra minerals, there's a Supermen's iron-free mineral complex, so that you don't have to get the iron. For men may not need that, and you're going to get. And if you want iron, take the anemia formula, and you get all the iron you want. Odorless garlic, and here's an herbal chromium. All of these are the tools against fibroids. And when you know about that, and you know about the fibroid report that is listed here on herbalhealthreview.com under fibroids, and all of that is there. And every time you're looking at one of the products, you can click on it, and it takes you over to where you can see the product and see the dosage, and see how to take it, and so forth. Now we're really moving through the trail here. I've got we wanted to talk about fibroids. We've done that. Now we've got to quickly talk about arthritis, and then we got to talk about allergies. So let's get cracking here. And I still haven't heard from Sister Kshakia. Are you there, Sister Kshakia? I don't see her. I don't see Sister Kshakia today. Well, she's in our prayers. Yes, she is. And I see Prophet Elijah is with us today. Hi, Prophet Elijah.
How are you doing today?
I'm blessed, brother. Oh, as you see, I'm really trying to cover a lot of territory in a hurry.
You're on a roll today. It's great.
I love you, brother. I love you so much. So, okay, stay with us. I'm going to go to arthritis right now. We're very fortunate to be blessed to have one of my special friends, Prophet Elijah, out there in Alabama, who's also with us here, and I pray he's going to be able to give us a closing prayer here before we end here today. Okay, so back to arthritis. So now let's talk about arthritis. Everybody's got arthritis. Well, not everybody, but seems like it, and it hurts. It's painful. Whether you suffer from painful swelling or if you, and where am I? Okay, I'm on herbalhealthreview.com. If you're following me on your computer, you're on herbalhealthreview.com and you've clicked on common conditions and you've clicked on arthritis, and then you're taking a sip of kombucha mushroom. And whether you suffer from painful swelling or if you know someone who does, the common denominator is inflammation. Well, and there's some tips that may assist in alleviating the pain and help you like it helped me. I mean, I had arthritis so bad. Oh my. It was 2008, and some young fella was running a red light and plowing into the back of my car that was at a stop because all the traffic was backed up. And it totaled his car. And it totaled my car. And I wound up with my neck being spliced together in 3 places. And arthritis set in. And I ached from the base of my skull down through my shoulders. All of those, that was all shredded. That was, all those tissues were a mess. I couldn't lift my hands over my head. I couldn't comb my hair. Here was this healthy, happy guy, 60 something. Well, yeah, 60. I guess I was 68. And here I'm 68 years old, and all of a sudden I'm this healthy, unhealthy guy with rheumatoid arthritis all throughout the base of my skull, my shoulders, and everything. And I can't even put on my shirt. And I didn't know what to do about it, so I prayed. Well, I did too. I prayed. And I started putting herbal formulas together, herbs together, and I worked on it, and it got better and better and better and better. And finally, it took me 8 years total. 8 years total from the time from 2008 to 2016. Finally, I just before, actually 7 years, because it was just before 2016 that I finally had a breakthrough, and I was able to finally put on my shirt, comb my hair, and even when I started taking that herbal formula, it took all of my arthritis away, and I had no pain. And what I had to do with this formula called Joint Care, and it took 68 different herbs compounded, and it took 8 years to get the compound correct. And the final key to creating this anti-pain, anti-inflammation, arthritis herbal formula, the key was when I put all of the cancer herbs that I knew about. I added them all to all of the arthritis herbs, all of the rheumatism herbs, all of the pain herbs, and balanced out the formulation. And then when I took it, my pain went away. And after I took it for 2 or 3 days, I took a teaspoon, one right after another. I took 3 teaspoons in a row, held them in my mouth for a minute or two, swallowed it, took another teaspoon, held it in my mouth a minute or two, and 3 teaspoons in a row. And it relieved my pain for 12 hours. And then the next day I did it. It relieved my pain for 24 hours. Then the third day I did it, I didn't need to do it. I skipped a day. Fourth day, took it again, and then my pain didn't come back for a week. Then I did it again. Pain didn't come back for 2 weeks. I have now forgotten to take that pain formula for about 2 or 3 months. I don't need it anymore. And that's what happens with these herbs. So when you talk about the ultimate arthritis, blood cleansing formulation, it's called Joint Care. And the number on it is 1043, 1043. No, 1043, you want to get what I got. I got 16 ounces. And I start taking it by the teaspoon. Well, then after a while, it just sits there until it flares up again. But now I can do anything I want. I went out with a pitchfork, and I'm 75, and I'm out with a pitchfork in my backyard, digging up my backyard with a pitchfork, planting a lawn. I never thought I could ever do that, but I did, and it worked fine. And so now I'm taking about a teaspoon of Joint Care every now and then. That's about it, or 2. That's all. And then I forget about it for a day or 2 or a week or 2. But that's how you deal with this. And green tea extract has been used for medicinal purposes for centuries, and many different cultures. Green tea extract. It's made from unfermented leaves, green tea. And according to the University of Maryland Medical Center, the average cup of green tea contains 50 to 150 milligrams of something called polyphenols. Polyphenols are powerful antioxidants. They fight free radicals and compounds that cause damage to cells. And there's some evidence that suggests that polyphenols, that the free radicals may play a role in the inflammatory joint disease, and they do. Now, turmeric, it's in the Joint Care formula, and you can make that Joint Care formula even more powerful. If you took, let's say, some Joint Care formula and some extra turmeric, which is extremely effective against inflammation, and if you added, let's say, one of the things that I did and have done recently, because I'm always messing around with these formulas, always improving them, always seeing if I can adjust or make it better. And one of the way I made it better was I took about a teaspoon of turmeric, a teaspoon of joint care, and a teaspoon of boswellia, and a teaspoon of kava kava. Put it all together. Man, that is some kind of powerful formula to get rid of inflammation and pain. I don't think anybody could have inflammation or pain if they took a teaspoon of turmeric, a teaspoon of joint care, a teaspoon of boswellia, and a teaspoon of kava kava, and put it and then and took that and then held that in their mouth. Why, you will feel your arms start to grow numb. It'll clear up. It's kind of like Novocaine for your teeth. I mean, it's like Novocaine for your aches and pains. And it works. It works great. So anyway, there's ways to amplify it and make it even stronger by adding turmeric and boswellia and kava kava along with the joint care, which has already got some in it. That there's nettles and quercetin. That's fantastic for relieving pain. And they're enormously good for you. And extra ginger. In every kitchen, you should have a ginger root and use it liberally. And a garlic bulb that you're always running out of because you're using that garlic left and right all over the place. Ginger and garlic should be in your kitchen for sure. And then there's fish oil. There's a rheumatism relief formula that's already in the joint care. There's burdock root that's already in the joint care. But these are extra things you could add if you have the toughest worst case. There's that Vital Zen enzymes. There's glucosamine sulfate. All of these are attacking joint arthritis and rheumatism. And that is the report about arthritis. And it's listed on herbalhealthreview.com under common conditions, under arthritis, and that report contains all these products and nutrients, and when you click on them, it takes you over to the website that manufactures them called betterhealthherbs.com, and they're open 9 to 5 Pacific Standard Time, West Coast time, and their website again is betterhealthherbs.com, and their telephone number, they'll help you. They will help you. Call them up. 541-791-8400. That's 541-791-8400. Those are the people that have all the products. I'm just the herbalist that invented them. And they make them. And I get nothing for it. I live solely on donation, and you'll find a donation button on herbalhealthreview.com. And I appreciate donations. You know, we've got to keep the candles going here. I've got to pay for my rent and my trash bill and so forth. So I need those donations. Seriously, I don't get anything from the sale of any product, even though I invented it. That's the only way I could keep the government's foot off my throat. Okay, and that's what I did. That's what it took to be able to be here and give you this information. I have to be under a vow of poverty. I have to work on donation alone. So please donate. Go to herbalhealthreview.com and click on the donate button that's on the right side on the top of every page.